Okay, it's November, so what are we going to do for our rate outlook for this month? Well, take a look at this because we think November is going to be pivotal and we're making a few changes. Hello again, it's Todd Flavio, Pacific Residential Partners. So again, we've been doing this a little bit differently for the last few months with doing our rate outlook, but also providing our stance on float or lock, as well as a confidence score. So gotten a lot of positive feedback. I appreciate that. So, okay, November, I'm going to recommend that we advise our clients to float, and I've got a confidence score of 4. Again, this is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the least confident. So again, let's get into this a little bit. First of all, do not misinterpret my float stance as any kind of indication that there is no or limited volatility. There's still lots of volatility in the markets, and that's going to continue for a while. There's still lots going on in the world and financial markets as we head into the last 60 days of 2022. So here's some more details. Right now, there's still a lot of global uncertainty. Russia, strong inflation, lack of confidence in the Federal Reserve, and all kinds of things going on, both domestically and internationally, are going to add to that volatility. What we have seen is Russia and Ukraine war is still an important factor, but it has moved to page 2 of our news cycle for most days. Europe is still seeing massive inflation, and their indicators are telling a little bit different of a story as they take a very aggressive approach. The UK still is in a mess with their leadership and their agreement on monetary policy, but hopefully that'll smooth out. So many of you would ask, with so much uncertainty still out there and a lot of things going on in the world, why would we take November as the time to float? And that is because we think November is going to be a pivotal month for a number of reasons. What we think is going to happen is the Federal Reserve is going to meet very soon. They're going to increase rates another 75 basis points. They're probably going to increase rates again in December. But what we think is going to happen is a lot of the readings for November are going to start to measure things that happened in October. And all the previous readings were really starting to measure things way back in the summer, in the early fall. But we do think all these changes in monetary rates and increases over the last few months are starting to take effect. And we do think November is going to be that time when we start to hear and we start to learn about inflation being a little less concerning. So we're probably going to go into next year still seeing a lot of volatility. That's going to remain for a while. But what we think is going to happen is we're going to see October readings that indicate that there's a little bit less of an impact on inflation. So I can say locally, like most of you feel, that we've seen a sharp change in the last 60 to 90 days, which also seems to support that we do think this change in monetary policy is starting to have an impact. So I think interest rates at the end of this month will be lower than they are now, but we're going to see lots of volatility and lots of swings up and down. So for November, again, we're going to float and we're going to have a confidence score of about 4, which is a little bit less than we did last month, but we do think it's going to be pivotal. So again, really look forward to all your comments and opportunities to help you in any way I can. The feedback last month was really great. Thanks so much.